Today I'm sharing some peppermint Christmas decor DIYs as part of an open playlist called Sweet But Twisted. This is being hosted by Connie of Connie's Creative Creations and Zana from OK at Home DIY. My name is Leah and this is JunkerNecker DIY, where I share new budget decor videos every week. On my channel you'll see things like Pinterest projects, thrift flips, Dollar Tree DIYs, and trash to treasure crafting. I also occasionally share shopping hauls. If these things interest you, please subscribe. I'm going to use this plastic cone that I found in my stash, and I broke off the spike that was on the top, and I give it a good spray with Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch spray paint in a bright red color. I only did one layer because it's going to be covered up for the most part. Now, instead of turning the branches upward, I'm going to turn them inward to make a different style candy cane tree. And I'll have 3 rows of those candy canes. Now, I don't have as much surface area to glue to with these, so I had to put a little dot at both points that were touching the cone, and making sure that I have it flat on the mat so it will stand upright when I'm finished. Now I'm going to go directly across from that first candy cane and glue on another. Then I'll be going in between those with some more, kind of like imagine north, south, east, west. Then I'll be taking some more and putting right in between all of those for a total of 8 candy canes around the bottom. If you wanted to recreate this, the cone is the same size as those traffic cones from Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to skip from the middle section and go ahead and put the top of the 3 sections on. I'm just resting it on top of that bottom row of candy canes like so, and I'll go all the way around with 8 there. And then I'm going to come in and make the middle row, and I'm just trying to space it in between the hooks and loops of the top and bottom rows of candy canes. Now when I got those finished, I realized there was too much of a gap, too much of that red cone showing at the bottom, like so. So what I'm going to do is cut some of the candy canes and just cut the hook only off of those. And it makes kind of a U shape. Then I'm going to come in below that middle section and glue those on. This will actually make the bottom row fuller without having the full candy cane. I finished it off by using a round peppermint on the top like a star, and I made a bow with a piece of this red ribbon I had in my stash, and there's how it looks. My take on a different style of candy cane tree. For this next one, I'm using some poster board, and I cut out some cone shapes and hot glued it together. If you need me to show you in detail how I make these cones, let me know in the comments and I'll include that in my next video. But basically, I just rolled it up and then added some of this Dollar Tree wrapping paper on top. Easy peasy. I just measured out how much I needed, and I stuck that down up the top. I put some tape there, like so, and then just rolled it on. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Cut off some of that excess with my rotary cutter. And then taped it at the bottom as well. Now for a star on the top, I'm going to use one of these little wooden ornaments that come in a pack. I started to use the filigree looking, but I didn't want that pattern competing with the stripes of the peppermint. So I just used the solid wood star, and I gave it a coat of white Waverly chalk paint on both sides. After I put a little spackle in the holes where I cut off the hanger. And then I just put some hot glue on that star and stuck it to the end of the tree. And that's it. Easy peasy, but so pretty. This next tree, I'm using another cone shape, and I'll be covering it with this microfiber car washing cloth that came from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to measure to see where I need to cut off excess, and use that rotary all the way down the side. And then I trimmed it up around the bottom after I hot glued that into place. I had put together a peppermint star to go on top, but realized that it would probably be too top heavy with that. So I'm going to come in with this furry Christmas ornament that's in my stash. It's a little more off-white than bright white, but I think it still looks nice. It's the same texture as the tree. I added a popsicle stick to the back to give the topper more stability. I just kind of poked it into the bottom of the star and hot glued the popsicle stick. I adjusted the ribbon to cover more area. I thought it looked better this way than spread out so much. Now I'm going to show you how I made that peppermint candy cane star. I just took some of these mini candy canes and put two together to make heart shapes, and I did a set of 5 and then just glued them together, putting the points outward. It took a little bit of finagling to decide what looked best, what made the better star shape, because these candy canes, no two are alike. They're all different sizes, but I think in the end it turned out pretty nice. I'm going to use some Christmas boxes to cut out some cones and make smaller trees, and I just measured it the same way, twirled it up, and what I'm doing is gluing on these round peppermints, covering the whole tree. And I did unwrap them first so they would look better. It was looking kind of janky with the wrapper still on. I finished it off by putting a peppermint right at the top, standing up, and then added a little sheer red ribbon bow. And it turned out really sweet. Pun intended. I got this Paisley fabric at a thrift store, along with another piece for 99 cents. I absolutely love Paisleys, and I knew I wanted to add this in with the peppermint forest. And here I'm just measuring out, figuring out how to glue it on. I tucked that top corner down a bit, and then just started wrapping and gluing. I tried to pull it as tight as I could because it had some wrinkles in it. But yeah, it was just a lot of gluing and rolling. once I had it glued down completely, I went around that excess that's on the bottom and give it some little slits with my scissors so I could glue it down, give it a more finished look. Just add some hot glue and flip those down. Now for the topper on this one, I'm going to use an angel. These wood ornaments are really coming in handy lately. And there's two different styles of angels in here. There's that one with some stars on it, and there's one inside the circle, which is the one I chose to use. Now, if you were to choose, would you have got the same one, or would you have used the open angel with stars? Now I'll come in with some white Waverly chalk paint, and I'm only painting the angel. I left that raw wood circle around it, and then I just glued it to the tip of that tree. And that's all there is to that one. I saved the worst for last. I took one of these Dollar Tree tinsel trees and removed all that glittery gold garland from it and added some candy cane garland. The garland is 9 feet long, but it's super thin. So I kind of twisted the ends together, made a fuller strip to glue around the form. And around she goes. Like I said, I wasn't real happy with how it turned out, but it's better than the gold sparkly stuff they had on there, in my opinion. And there's a snowy candy cane tree. It just doesn't seem to have much shape to it. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. And also, I need to remind you that the links for the Sweet But Twisted playlist and our host channels are below, so please check those out. My next video is coming up on December 2nd, when I'll be doing gingerbread decor. That's all from me today. Until next time, bye-bye.